people loved the guy. And meanwhile, he was murdering people in his, you know, second life, I guess you could say. So it was kind of fun to play a character that was likable in some of the movie and then just despicable in the rest of it. And, you know, I played Ed Gein in a movie, another serial killer from the US, and he was a guy that everybody always thought was weird, so there was no real two sides to that guy. He was just strange all the time. But it's kind of bizarre playing a character that really did what the stuff that you're doing on film. You know, it's kind of different. I'm used to inventing things that nobody ever did, but we had to kind of recreate some of the things the actual guys did. Kind of scary, really.
There are rumors that you plan making a movie together with Gunnar Hansen. Is there any project confirmed?
I am doing a movie. After we start here, I go back to the States and go to West Virginia to do a movie which is with myself, Michael Berryman, and it was supposed to be Gunnar Hansen, but for whatever reason, I think he was not available or something, so the other character's being played by Tony Todd instead. So the three of us are going to do a movie and we kind of battle each other, so that'll be fun. I killed Michael Berryman in the Ed Gein movie. He was Ed Gein's only friend and Ed killed him anyway, so that's how much of an asshole he was. Killed his only friend, what the hell?
I've got a question. I've recently seen Hatchet 2, enjoyed it too, but I was wondering how come there was a leading actress switch? Do you know the story behind it?
Yeah, the actress that played Mary Beth in the first Hatchet evidently made it impossible to make a deal with her to do the second one. I'm not sure why, but I kept talking to them. Adam Green did not want to have to replace her at all. That was the last thing he wanted to do, but she just made it impossible to make the deal. I don't know if it's because she didn't want to do the movie or what, but it was just, they could not come to an agreement, and Adam wanted her to do it completely. And when he was forced to recast, and he went to Danielle Harris, and I think that was a great move because everybody knows Danielle. She's a very good actress, and I think it worked out fine. It's just, you know, it's unfortunate that it worked out that way for camera because, you know, she was Mary Beth, really. It just couldn't be worked out.
Who do you think would win in a fight, Jason or Victor Crowley?
Jason or Victor Crowley in a fight? Well, it'd be a hell of a fight, first of all. But I think Victor might win because he's a little faster. They both seem to be zombies, as far as I'm concerned. Unkillable, really. But Victor's a little faster, a little more athletic, I guess, so maybe I'd give him a slight edge, but it would be a good fight. And I'd like to do that movie. Play both parts, fighting myself.
What's your thoughts about what's happened to Hatchet 2 in distribution? I read there was only at the end, and that it was retired, but it's not so clear what's happened.
With when it was in the theaters,
yeah.
Hatchet 2 was released in theaters, unrated, which is the first time in 25 years that the United States has released a movie in a wide release, unrated. So we thought that was a great thing. And there was such a controversy about that a theater had an unrated movie in it, that I believe the MPAA, the ratings board, was so threatening to AMC that they weren't going to ever rate any of the movies again, or something ridiculous, that they had to bow down to them and take the movie out. which is really unfortunate because, you know, the most frustrating thing about doing a horror movie is you put all this work into it. Don't leave or I'm going to kill you.
We have to, sorry.
I'm still going to kill you. Just because I like to. Most frustrating thing is you put so much hard work into a movie and then somebody else decides what everybody should see. Said, no, you have to cut that. I mean, how ridiculous is that? That a small group of people that are anonymous, by the way, they don't even give their names. The MPAA doesn't even release the names of the people that are in that group. And they decide what other people see, and I don't think that's how it should be done. And they cut out things that we worked so hard to get into the movie. And with the Hatchet movies, the violence is so over the top that I don't think anybody takes it seriously. If it's a big studio movie that has really disturbing violence in it, they'll give it an R rating. But with an independent movie, they come down harder on you. And our violence is so ridiculously crazy that I don't think anybody finds it scary. I mean, people cheer in the theater because it's so over the top. And, you know, you got other movies that have violence that really is disturbingly sick, really, and it ends up staying in the movie just because they have more clout. It just doesn't seem right to me. But that's how it is, unfortunately. I just don't like when any small group dictates what the public should see, in any respect.
So, when you have done stunt work, have you been injured, and how bad?
Well, of course, with 34, almost 34 years of stunts, I have had some injuries, but 34 years in stunts, and before I started, I played sports all my life, in school, high school, and everything. I've never broken a bone, and I'm not even going to knock on wood because I don't believe in that superstition. But I've never broken a bone in my life. But I did burn myself almost to death. So, I don't know, I think I would have rather break a leg than sustain the burns. But I got burned doing a fire stunt first year in the business and burned 50% of my body, so still carry the scars from that. But as far as other serious injuries, nothing serious, just a lot of bumps and soreness and things that I thought were broken but never were. So if you can stay healthy, it's a fantastic career.
Hi.
Hey.
I missed the beginning, but I wanted to ask you, do you know if there's going to be a Hatchet Part 3?
I'm told we're going to do a Hatchet Part 3. But if you know anything about the ending of Part 2,
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't see how I can come back from it. Because there was only one survivor in the end of Hatchet 2, and it wasn't me. So it's going to be pretty creative the way they bring Victor Crowley back. But I did hear an idea, and it sounded pretty interesting. Didn't sound ridiculous or anything, but Mary Beth blew my head off with a shotgun. So.
Yeah, but you know what happens in a couple of movies, so.
Oh, I know. Yes, I know. I came back from a lot of that stuff in the Jason movies, so. But I know they do plan, or they would like to do a 3 and even a 4 possibly. As long as we keep it as exciting and fresh and interesting as it is. And I really think Hatchet 2 was well done because it explained a lot of the story from the first movie. And it wasn't just, another group going out and getting killed. There were some reasons for it. So that's why I like the second one even better than the first.
So I'm very sorry, our time is up.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kane Hodder will be on stage tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Kane Hodder. We will have a 10-minute break and then we will have live on stage Mr. Daddy Trio.